SBA business plans for your franchise startup. Listen, you don't need to be nervous about this. You don't need to feel overwhelmed. Putting together a business plan is rather simple. I'm actually going to take an SBA business plan I got from a resource from SBA. I'm going to put a link below in this video, and you can use that as a reference. Now, this is a pretty streamlined business plan. It's going to really vary on what you're trying to do. If you're doing a big, elaborate and looking for multi-million dollars, this might not be as detailed as you need. But if you're doing a franchise startup and it's a home service business, a pretty simple business model, this is a great example of just a simple business plan that will give the story of what you're looking to do, the executive summary of what you're looking to do with this franchise startup. And you can get a lot of the data points from the ZOR, the franchisor. They're going to have a lot. They might even have a draft business plan you can take and really use my template below. Actually, it's the SBA template, and craft your business plan. It really shouldn't take too long. You can get a lot of information online right now. I'm actually working on creating a prompt for ChatGPT to help people create business plans to make it a little bit easier. Now, I talked about in another video, the projections, right? Everybody gets overwhelmed about the projections. I used to too. It's like, oh, I tell people this, if you're looking at investing in a franchise startup, the projections that you're going to do are the most important part in the diligence, I think, initially. So once you get to a point and you're really kind of figuring out, hey, this is a brand I want to invest in, I think it's one of the best drills you can do. You're going to figure out what the average ticket price of the service you're doing. How many service calls can you do per day per technician, right? You're going to build your financial numbers. And it's really once you plug in, see on SBA projections, they always want at least 2 years broken down month to month. But once you get the first year in, it ports over to the second year and you just tweak based on, let's just call a service-based business. Usually service-based businesses, to grow, they're going to add a technician and a truck. So you can build these models very easily. You should not be overwhelmed. And the business plan, you shouldn't be overwhelmed as well. Like, look at the template below and just use that as an idea on how you can go about building your business plan, and then also see what resources that the franchisor that you're investing into that franchise, do they have any other kind of templated business plans? Then you take that all together, and it's going to really help you figure out your business plan. I think you should invest a ton of time in this business plan and projections to learn the business, to understand the business, and know what you're getting yourself into, right? It's a good drill to go, okay, here's my cost of goods sold, here's my labor, here's my insurance, here's my cost of debt, and what's left over. And you're gonna have a realistic game plan on what the ramp up time will be for this franchise. You're gonna look on the bottom and go, oh, I'm in the red, month 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever. And then you can allocate enough working capital in your loan. So we make sure you're not undercapitalized when you're getting your SBA loan. So these are all important factors. I'm here to help in any way I can. If you have questions, you can always go to bookwithbo.com. If you need help with SBA financing, obviously that's what I do. Alongside, I do help people find their ideal franchise business models, both startup and existing businesses on the resale side. So if that's you, feel free to book a call. I'm trying to make SBA lending easy, right? Because it doesn't need to be that complex. It's not that complex. I mean, obviously, some banks make it a lot more difficult than other banks. We have one bank we do most of our smaller franchise startups with, and they're so good. They're so streamlined. I always say the best bank for, if you fit that box, they're going to be the best fit for you. Then there's other use cases of why we'd use other banks, bigger deals. Sometimes we'll do a 504 loan if there's real estate involved, and so forth. But anyways, don't get overwhelmed about the business plans or projections. It's part of the process. It's going to help you understand what you're getting yourself into, because you need to know what you're getting yourself into. Listen, at the end of the day, owning a business is not like owning a long-term rental property where you have a property management. It's got a lot of moving parts, and you got to know what you're getting into, and got to make sure you can figure out how to run this business and not make a bad investment and get into something that really isn't aligned with what your skill sets are or what you can handle at this time in your life. So the projections, business plan, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to discuss the process, both SBA and franchise acquisition, and how to identify the right business model for you. We do it day in and day out. Our goal here is to help 10,000 aspiring entrepreneurs become entrepreneurs and successful business owners over the next 10 years. And we want you to be one of them. So anyways, hope you enjoy this episode, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.
Meet Bo Eckstein, the driving force behind Business Ownership Coach. Unlocking the path to business ownership. Visit www.businessownershipcoach.com. Thrive with Business Ownership Coach.
Hey guys, Bo Eckstein here. If you enjoyed what you saw, please subscribe to this channel. We talk all things financing. I've been in the lending industry for over 20 years, and I'm happy to answer your questions and provide great content.